On today's news, offshore oil drilling, good or bad idea?
The power of solar energy and its future effects on our world.
The truth behind special education and the lack of preparation and funds in the classroom.
And our special guest, Lindsay Gurska, an expert on the effects of cell phone radiation, is here to explain the surprising cancerous effects that cell phones have on us.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Truong.
And I'm Tanya Stasio. Welcome to RHS Voices. The U.S. economy is plummeting dramatically. One of the reasons why is because of the depleting sources and costs of oil and fossil fuels. Now, many argue that the solution to this predicament is to renew our dwindling bank of oil and to be less dependent on foreign oil supply. The most promising place, it seems, where oil is most abundant, is under the sea. In other words, the solution to this economic downfall is offshore oil drilling that will help replenish our oil supplies and ultimately better our economy. However, although economic health may be ensured, many disregard the serious environmental risks that come with offshore oil drilling. According to the EIA, offshore drilling would not produce any change in oil prices in 2030. The act of simply finding these underwater sources of oil requires the use of seismic surveys, which can hurt and will hurt animals and impair their abilities to form basic yet essential tasks. These waves sent out by seismic surveys affect whales especially, leading to beachings and disruption to migratory patterns, and also hurt the hearing and health of many other fish. The potential of possible oil leakages or oil spills, such as the Gulf disaster, is far too risky and presents an extreme threat to ocean wildlife. Plus, the burning of these fossil fuels produces greenhouse gases that contribute to global warming. That being said, offshore oil drilling is definitely not the way to go.
Speaking of global warming and fossil fuels, the consumption of fossil fuels emits greenhouse gases that deplete Earth's ozone layer, allowing harmful UV rays to slowly cook our world. According to Fred Krupp, president of the Environmental Defense Fund, a dedicated organization of scientists, economists, and other professionals devoted to protecting our environment, the most promising solution to this ominous threat is solar power. Not only is solar power the most bountiful source of energy on Earth, but it also surpasses the energy potential of all other energy sources. In fact, the energy potential, or rather the energy that can be produced from solar energy alone, is several times more powerful than the energy produced from uranium, coal, natural gas, petroleum, and etc. in total. Solar power is also one of the very few sources of energy that does not produce any pollution at all. It is a near infinite source of energy that can provide the world with more than enough pollution-free power. Advances in solar energy technology have drastically decreased the cost to make solar panels, and continues to decrease. In fact, according to a study done by Zachary Shahan, an expert in clean energy, fossil fuel and even nuclear power prices are actually rising, whereas the cost of solar power is rapidly falling. Jobs are constantly opening up as we further pursue solar power, providing the country with a clean source of energy as well as a strong source of revenue. That being said, the pursuit of a new energy source has finally been found, and it's just up to us to embrace it.
Now here's Leanne Rizzo with the truth on special education in America.
Thank you, Tanya. Are all children provided with the preparation they need to carry them for the rest of their lives? Sadly, the answer is no. American school systems are currently depriving special education programs of the funds, planning, and opportunities necessary for success. Currently, 3.8 million United States students are diagnosed with learning disabilities and speech impediments. Unfortunately, 884,500 of these same young pupils will not continue on to work as they leave their high school life skills program. The 25% unemployment rate for special needs students is extremely high, compared to the 9% unemployment rate of average citizens. As a nation, we need to change these percentages.
The idea is to get jobs. Now, in a perfect world, they'd all get a nice job somewhere in any capacity we could find, but that's not always the case. It's harder now, especially with the economy. People aren't really hiring a lot of people, so to try to find jobs is difficult. There's never enough funds to run the program. No. To do everything correctly, I'd like to be able to get the kids out, have my own van, be able to take them out in the community a lot more. Because of the budget and because of different reasons, we're not able to do that as much as I'd like. But it's difficult, so. But funding, there's never enough funding.
Together, we can contribute more funding to special education programs in order to hire trained teachers, provide more field trips to job sites, and more tools for learning. School systems need to reconstruct their curriculum for special needs students, getting more of them into jobs based off ability to work rather than their ability to take standardized tests. Lastly, transition plans need to be provided for guiding students into careers. As many, if not all, special education instructors believe
that there are enough funds to prepare these students for their future.
As John F. Kennedy once stated, all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us should have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. Special education students deserve this opportunity. Back to you in the studio, Will and Tanya.
Thank you, Leanne.
How much do you use your cell phone? Recent studies conducted by many leading science organizations, including WHO and the IARC, have proved and rejected the theory that the radiation emitted from the cell phone during use of a phone call could be cancerous with harmful effects on the brains of all users. Should we ignore this and continue to use these convenient gadgets? With us today is Lindsay Gurska. What is your advice for the members of the world who could possibly be at risk for brain cancer?
I understand that many find cell phones to be a necessity, but the amount of time used on the cell phone can be cut down. The world needs to be more aware and cautious of their health in this situation, and their lifestyle choices may be the wrong ones.
So Lindsay, why do you stress the message of being more cautious?
The scientific community cannot agree on an answer, and they probably will not be able to until the most technological generation of our history, the children and adolescents of this time, grow into adulthood. The brain cancer statistics may be devastating in 3 decades, as it takes many years to develop.
So are the children and adolescents of our time the main targets of this possible threat?
Absolutely. This is one fact that the scientific community can agree on. Children have developing brains and a smaller skull, allowing more radiation to be absorbed than an adult. Also, they were born into this era of technology and introduced to it at very young ages, which also contributes to their chances.
It's troubling to believe that there are many who choose to ignore this possibility, considering it's our children who are at higher risk here.
I agree. There are 5 billion cell phone users worldwide today, a number that is still increasing as the technology advances. No one is asking to have cell phones removed from society, but for everyone's safety, especially for the children of today, cutting down the amount of time used on a cell phone may be saving humans from cancer in the future.
I agree, but that's pretty difficult. I know my cell phone is a huge convenience to me and necessary for my safety at times. There are situations where many would not be able to cut out cell phones in their lives.
I know they are important to all, but just cutting down usage and the amount of radiation being absorbed may save your life. Although this device is important in today's society in ways such as safety, is it worth using if the device itself may be the real danger?
Interesting point. This was Lindsay Gurska. Hopefully she informed you of all the possible dangers and solutions to keeping your loved ones healthy.
Thanks for watching RHS Voices.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good night. Is it recording? Okay. Okay, no, stop.
Camera face like.
Thanks for watching RHS Voices.
We'll see you next time.
What's the problem with that?
Okay, it's
Good
okay.
night.
Tanya, it's okay.
Good
It's okay.
night.
It's okay, Tanya.
That's all you have to say. The radiation emitted from cell phones during a phone call could be cancerous and harmful.
Harmful?
Really, Will?
Fine if you can say that.
Yeah, you're stupid. You're an idiot.
Come on, we need to run through this.
Action! Alright, let's go.
Now here's Leanne Rizzo with the truth on special education in America.
That was beautiful. You guys
Say it a little louder.
Speaking of global warming,
Yeah, just scream.
stay here.
it's gonna.
You suck.
That could be potentially getting cancer.
All right.
That was so
I couldn't
bootleg.
remember. Ignore this theory and continue using these convenient gadgets.
Thanks for watching RHS Voices.
We'll see you next time.
That was,
That was
that was so awkward. That was like.
I wish I had coffee. Like, chug it.
You should go
Thanks
take
for
a mug.
I'm just like, I'm drinking like 40 gallons of coffee. Action. I gotta throw this. Thanks for watching RHS Voices. We'll see you again at 10 p.m. Have a good night.
Don't do that.